Traders, Anthony here. We're looking at GameStop. I've done 2 videos on this. In my first video I talked about getting in long prior to this move, and we had a massive spike. In my last video, actually, I think I've picked it up. Oh, it's over here in my my videos, but if you scroll down you'll see the GME video. Anyway, oh, there it is here. And you'll see that I talked about this trade setup. So what I want to do with this video now is just quickly go over that, and then we'll come back over here and look at another trade opportunity. So if you watched my last 2 videos, I talk about this price action. And you know, it doesn't play out exactly as I've got it drawn here, although it was fairly close. But we're looking at the range, and what's occurring during this time is smart money obviously is working their orders in here, and the thing to look out for was this spike down. So this was it here. This has taken out liquidity, taking out these stop losses under here, and then you know we get the move. And you know, I mentioned, as you can see, the dotted line, so look for the spike down, liquidity run, you know, and then the pullback and enter. So we get the spike here, it rallies, there's a pullback, and this is your entry point. All right, so let's just undo these drawings very quickly, and we'll have a look at the outcome, and then we'll look at a new trade opportunity. So we see here that this gave us an opportunity on the pullback, and I talked about this. This is the Fibonacci retrace. Okay, so if you grab your fib, pull it from the low to high. In the last video I mentioned this. We look at, see the 50 to the 61.8 over here on the right. Let me just pick this up. Okay, so we're looking at the 50 to the 61.8. We'll pull your fib from low to high, and that's exactly the entry point that we're looking for. It's a bullish trend, and we're in. So with this trade, we had the opportunity to close well and truly in the money here. So we are looking at, and I'll show you how I set this up. This is a Fibonacci. This is a trend-based fib tool, and I use this to measure my R factor, the risk reward. So I click on it, entry point, click on the direction of the trend, come back down and click back on the entry point, and I'll show you the settings so you can copy this. And then I wiggle this up and down so that the stop loss down the bottom lines up. Okay, so you can see here that this achieved a 4R if you traded this well. Okay, if you managed it well, you could have closed at 4R using this setup here, stop loss below the previous low. So we had a really nice run with that. Even if you close at 3R, or you got in a bit, you know, you're a bit late, you can close at 2R. The thing to watch now is this gap is a target. It's traded into it a little bit, but we'll talk about that. Let me just delete a few of these. In fact, I'll just get rid of the whole thing. We'll just clear the whole chart. There you go, righto. So we've got here now this rally, and it's a bullish trend. Just maybe go out to the 4H. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll come back to the 1H. We just get a bit more data on the chart. So the thing with this now, I'm always looking for a fib pullback to gain entry, but the thing that concerns me is this. Look, we've got, say, a low to high and a pullback into the 61.8, right? But the thing that you need to be mindful of is this gap. So we've got a gap running through here that could definitely be a target. In other words, we could see the market trade back down through this gap. Let's just call it a bullish imbalance. It's a price gap. Here we go. All right, so we've got this price gap in through here. Now, I'd be inclined to look for an entry point if this trades back down into this gap, I think that would be my play with this. So I'd go for a buy, a long position, trades through midway through the gap perhaps, something like that. Stop loss would go under the low. Understand the risk. You don't want to go in here with big position size, just be conservative and consistent and keep taking money out of the markets. But this thing is just giving us so many opportunities to make a ton of money. I mean, we've had 2 trades with an incredible outcome. So let's just go out to the daily and look. I mean, that was our first trade. We had about a 20R outcome with that trade. Now, my target ultimately is going to be this high. So we could extend that, and there's a 6.9. We could round it off at a 7R. Look at that, 7R, okay, risk reward. That would be my play, and look to pull your stop loss at break even fairly soon after. If this thing rallies, if you get a fill and it rallies, look to pull your stop loss to break even, and then you're in a risk-free trade. But guys, that's my play on this. Understand the risk. Can this travel further south and take you out? Absolutely it can. But we now have this starting to look interesting. It's trending up. I would be, look, that's a tight stop. It's a 7R. You could, if you wanted to, go below this low over here and give you a 4.9R or a 5R, something like that. There you go. There's a 5R. There's 2 options that you have here. Enter at the price gap, tight stop, or, go that little bit extra and just give yourself a bit of room to breathe. That's my take on GameStop, and I would love to hear your comments. Definitely leave a comment below. And yeah, with that, hope you have a fantastic day, safe trading, and see you in the next one.